we are on the way to my birthday Shiai event, which I'm super excited for. It's a beautiful day, it's gonna be super hot. And also, we had our dojo year-end event yesterday, and we were playing lots of games, running around, and I'm super stiff from that. Plus, we had a wedding last night, so I'm pretty tired, and we did a lot of dancing, so today is gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough, but I'm looking forward to it. Hi, I'm Kenkichi and I am a South African Kendoka. I'm currently Nidan. I have represented South Africa in Kendo at World Kendo Championships and multiple times at European Kendo Championships. I'm going to be taking you on this journey with me and showing you firsthand from my perspective what it's like to be a national team Kendoka and sharing my training, preparation, and my experiences along the way. So for my 30th birthday, I decided I wanted to do Kendo the whole day. I wanted to really be pushed physically. Recently, somebody had sent us a video of a Tachigiri that they did at their dojo, where they just did like 1 hour Kakarikeiko, no break. And that really piqued my interest. As soon as I heard about that and watched the video, I thought, I want to do that. And I'm doing that for my birthday. So it was really good timing. So one section of the event was going to be a random kamae shiai. And basically how it was going to work was everybody was going to choose an opponent, pick a piece of paper out of the hat, and 1, 2, 3, look at the piece of paper, and it would have a random kamae. So the random kamae consisted of the following: Joran no kamae, left hand, so normal Joran. And for this challenge, we said that you could use whichever footwork you wanted. Left foot forward, right foot forward, whatever. Then Joran no kamae with the right hand at the bottom and the left hand at the top. Hasso no kamae, Geran no kamae, Churan no kamae, Churan no kamae reverse, so with your right hand at the bottom and your left hand at the top. Nito, Sei Nito, so with the daito on your right. And then Hyaku Nito with the daito on your left, Waki Kamae, and that was pretty much it. So we put multiple pieces of paper with all of these kamae into the bag, and everybody would pick. What kamae are you excited for today?
I want to do reverse chudan.
Only Hasso?
I'm excited to do Jodo today.
Jodo?
Nito.
Today.
Bro, definitely gonna do some Gedan and Hasso.
I want to fight reverse Waki.
Waki. I want to try Jordan.
Jordan?
Yeah.
I am excited to try Hasso against Nito. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm saying Migi Jordan because nobody has said Migi Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan
Jordan.
no Kamae.
Okay. I was really interested to see what reverse chudan was going to feel like. We were all pretty excited for this because we knew it was going to be super weird. You spend all this time focusing on the left hand, and you know your right shoulder is a little bit forward and you're pushing with the left hip, and now suddenly it was completely swapped around. It was really strange and really funny, but we actually saw some pretty great ippon with reverse chudan, and that was pretty fun. I was most excited, I think, to try out Jordan, but with the right hand at the bottom. Just because my right arm is still much stronger than my left. And it actually just kind of feels good to just throw the right arm forward. So it was pretty interesting. As we went through the fights, we started to realize that too many people were drawing regular chudan, and then they'd be fighting against somebody with waki, and everybody is super experienced in chudan. So it wasn't super fun. So eventually we just took all of the chudan pieces of paper out so that everybody had to do a strange kamae. It was really cool to see people scoring do from waki. I think their opponents really didn't see it coming, and it was super interesting. As well as from waki, they would feint something random and then go completely around and over their head and hit men, and that was pretty great. And then of course there is the super tornado move that Brendan does, and this is very effective in scaring your opponent to death so they can no longer fight. Everybody is always really excited to try Nito, so I know that everybody at the event was basically just keen for Nito, and that was a lot of fun. We saw some good ippon. It was really a lot of fun. I think the event was super goofy and everybody was really just messing around. But I think this is really important. You know, we tend to take ourselves too seriously sometimes, and I think sometimes it's important just to have some fun and just mess around. So the shiai was going to work like this. Essentially, I would fight every single person with no ippon limit, 3 minutes each person. And however tough this sounds, I promise you it's way, way tougher. Basically, how it was set up is that a bunch of the younger guys who used to be in the juniors were all at the beginning, and then all of the senior guys would be at the end. So the strategy, I believe, was to have the juniors come in and completely sap my energy and take lots of ippon and energy away from me. And then in the middle, we would have some less experienced people to sort of give me a little bit of a dip, and then the most experienced people right at the end. And this was pretty effective. And I'm a really nice senpai, but when it's time for kakari or uchikomi, I don't take it easy on them. So I could see the fire in the eyes of my kohai and all the juniors. They really wanted to kill me, and they were super excited for this, and I loved it. They really just attacked me completely head on, took lots of great ippon off of me. Essentially, right at the beginning, I had 2 of the junior South African champs, and they were super aggressive, and they really were just taking ippon after ippon from me. And I was getting a little bit frustrated. I was like, well, what's going on? Why am I? This is right at the beginning. I should have the most energy. But they were really good fights. But after each one, I was significantly drained. But I managed to get some nice ippon, and I started to get a little bit more relaxed as the time went through. And then in the middle, I started to relax even more. By the time I got to the more experienced guys at the end, I was feeling pretty good, but I would say about halfway through, so it was a really hot day. I think it was like 30 degrees. My body actually started to feel like it was burning. I felt like there were coals inside my uniform, and all I wanted to do was stop and take a break, but I pushed through. By the end of it, I was feeling pretty run down. I was really struggling to breathe, and I was feeling way overheated. And then I still had to do more after that. So essentially, it was something like 30 minutes of shiai without a break, which was killer.
But it was just like,
it was an awesome way to work your goals, because like so many were like crisp and tight, very small. So
Your patience.
You had that rhythm and you must have had about, I don't know how many men that were like cookie press. They were like identical, one after each other, which is exactly
I was trying my
what you
best to just relax and just like, and even like not think and just go, okay, it's decote now.
Yes.
And if I got it, I was like, cool. And if you guys did your ojiwas, I was like, that's cool, awesome, good, nice ojiwas.
Your timing was spot on. The only time you didn't get an ippon is where it was a bit of a lazy one.
Yeah. And then your guys, the men's that you guys were scoring today. And then the like hikiwaza is like impossible when you're in the state. Like I was trying my best to be like relaxed. I couldn't even set myself up for the hikiwaza because I couldn't even like. No power. You guys are completely overwhelming. I had no like power left to like lean into it.
Brandon gets tired for the first time.
Nature documentary. Brandon.
Keep going back to the inside of your veins where that's closest to surface.
I think by the 5th one, I was like, I really need a break. I really need a break.
So because it was my 30th birthday, we were going to do essentially 30 Kakarikeiko rounds in a row, more or less with no break. So the first round, I would do Kakarikeiko against 10 people, and it would be roughly 45 seconds each. And it was just continuous. This was absolute torture. It was so hard. I mean, by the first round, I was already kind of exhausted from the shiai. The shiai nearly killed me, and now I had to do 3 rounds of 10 times Kakarikeiko. And really, I didn't know if I was going to make it through it. So essentially how it was going to work is I would do 10 rounds of Kakarikeiko 3 times. And each time we did the 10 rounds, the time would decrease, starting with 45 seconds, going down to 30 seconds, going down to about 15 seconds. Basically, I had already died 3 times during the shiai. So now having to go through 30 rounds of Kakarikeiko was pretty intense. I think almost throughout the entire event, I could barely lift my arms. I was severely overheating, and I pretty much just couldn't hold my kamae at a certain point. If I struck men, my arms would just come down immediately and my shiai kept hitting the floor. And I basically couldn't move at all. Watching the videos back, there are moments during the Tachigiri where I'm basically just like Hachidan, old man, 80 years old, minimal movement. And then there are moments in between where my partner brings a lot of energy to it, and then it reignites me and I'm able to come back and, you know, really do some good Kakarikeiko. And I think that my biggest lesson from it was really just learning how to be relaxed and how to do minimal movement, just enough movement. You know, I really started to enjoy the Kaishi doors I was hitting. They became so effortless and really just so smooth, much smoother than before. It took all the tension out of my body because I didn't have the energy for tension. So that was really, really incredible. And I had a good couple of Kakarikeikos with Philip and Charles where they would just hit men, hiki men, and they were just going at it 100%. So I was just doing kote hiki do. So we just continuously had this men, hiki men, kote hiki do continuously. And it really kind of drilled that into me a lot better, and I was able to just hit my kotes so much smoother and so much crisper because I really couldn't hit men at all at this point. I was pretty much dead. So I felt like I really leveled up from this event, and it really boosted my confidence because there were so many moments where all I wanted to do was give up, especially just before the last round. I basically couldn't kiai. I couldn't hold my kamae. I couldn't do very much. All I could do was just try to keep moving and try to keep hitting ippon. And it really solidified some things in my kendo for me, and it showed me where I can be more relaxed and where I can be smoother in my kendo. I think I was just so moved, actually, that so many people showed up for me on that day, and you know, really they sacrificed their Sunday for me, and I think I'm going to be like eternally grateful for this. So to every single person who showed up to fight me and absolutely beat me into the ground, it meant the world to me. And then, of course, we had so many people helping from the sides, all my friends, and of course my wife, Chrissy, who was doing scorekeeping and helping run cameras all day and helped me set up this event. And then, of course, Brendan, thank you so much. Brendan basically did all of the logistics planning of exactly how every phase of the event was going to work. There was a meticulous document that went out to everybody. It took safety into consideration. It took the ebb and flow of the event and my energy levels into consideration. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I think this whole day just really is basically, I couldn't think of a better way to be spending my birthday than getting beaten into the ground. So it was a really special day for me, and I really appreciate like everybody. We ended the day with some karaoke, which was incredible. Karaoke is almost always so much fun. We did our own little DIY setup in the same venue where we did the shiai. So it was super hot and probably a little bit stinky. But that's just how Kendo people do it, I guess. And basically we just did karaoke late into the night, ate pizza and danced and just had the best time.
The torso gang needed to throw more there. That was fucking sketchy.
Thank you guys. Got scared. Hey. Adios.